Hello there, welcome to Mark Carr's Hypnotherapy. Tonight we have a video testimonial from the lovely Eleanor, who was a client of mine and was struggling with anxiety. So welcome, Eleanor.
Hiya.
Hiya. A lady of
Hiya.
many words, as you'll see. So, Eleanor, if you just like to give us a little flavour of what you were going through and just tell us what you want to tell us, really, and I'll ask you some questions if needs be.
Okay. Well, for the past, I think 6 months, up until the last few weeks, I was experiencing really bad anxiety. I just found it really difficult, like on a day-to-day basis. I was getting really tearful. My mind was just full of like clouded thoughts and I just couldn't think straight. I was like sleeping, probably napping every single day. I just couldn't think straight at all, and I just felt like it was getting me really down because it was just affecting everything, like my relationship, my family life, my home life, and my work life. Like I just struggled to keep on top of it, and I just had constant irrational thoughts that I just couldn't really get rid of. And yeah, it was just making me feel really down all the time. So obviously then I got in touch with Mark really randomly, actually. When I was on the train, I was really quite desperate one morning on the way to work, and I felt quite down. Like it was just quite a pivotal point at the time. I remember thinking that I've got to do something about this. It's getting me so low. And randomly did a little Google search. Can't even think what I googled, but it was something to do with anxiety, and up came Mark's page. I think it was like number 2 or something like that, and I clicked on it. Didn't really know what it was. Signed up to like a free trial, and for like an anxiety MP3 type thing, and just thought I didn't really think much of it, and like at the time, and then I listened to it that evening when I got home. And I thought, oh, this is quite interesting. I didn't really know much about hypnosis. And then Mark got in touch with me, phoned me. And yeah, just out of the blue, obviously we organised to have a discussion beforehand to find out what it was all about. And then he's since done 3 sessions with me. After the first session, I felt like quite a lot of change. I didn't really know what had exactly happened, but something had changed and things seemed a lot more positive. But after the second session, I really noticed that there was a massive difference. And like I literally was like almost back to normal. I wasn't asking like for reassurance from my partner or from people from work, and I was just I just felt a lot more me, like again, which I haven't felt in months, and I've got Mark to thank for that, really. So yeah, it's amazing. Obviously Mark's explained a bit to me about the sort of the theory behind it and everything like that, so I didn't really know much about it before, and I just think if I were to know it would give me the results that it has given me, I would have done it way sooner. Because yeah, I really would.
So what did the actual hypnosis feel like to you? Do you remember actually going under, and what did that feel like to you?
That felt like, well, for me, I felt quite numb. So obviously Mark's explained to me about the like what sort of hypnosis is, but during the sessions I would go quite deep into hypnosis and be my fingers and my legs, like I wouldn't necessarily, I'm aware of my body, but I just don't particularly feel it. I'm in like a really real state of relaxation, and your body my body just felt quite just, I don't know, I don't think I've ever really felt that kind of calm, and that sort of, it's almost like you're sleeping but you're aware of your surroundings, if that makes sense. You're just really calm and relaxed, and yeah, I can't really believe the results, to be honest. Well, I can, but I can't.
There's the other thing. Whilst you're under, you have, I mean, different clients have different things happen to them while they're in hypnosis. Some people have eye flutter, and others have finger. And you're a bit of a concerto pianist when it comes to being under, aren't you? Because your fingers go crazy. And were you actually
Yeah.
aware of that when it was happening?
Occasionally. I can say that I did at one point realise, why is my little pinky finger sticking up in the air?
Yep.
So there are times when I could feel it, but it was like, it's almost like, unless you really think about it, you're not really noticing that there's certain movements going on in your body.
And all that is, ladies and gents, is the brain processing and saying, do I throw this away? No, I'm going to throw that away. I'm going to keep this and keep that and throw this away. And like I say, all sorts of as the person is under hypnosis, sometimes you might see the fingers doing that, or just rising or something like that, as it thinks about it and thinks, yes. It is the strangest thing. It's a great thing to watch as well. It really is. So obviously a very good experience for you. You thoroughly enjoyed that. I did have another question for you, but I can't think what it is now. So do you recall how long you were under for at each time?
I could estimate. I think it's that sort of thing, you just don't really want to wake up. You're like, even though you're not asleep, you're just kind of so relaxed and just nothing else on your mind. And for me, it's been months since I felt like that, like being able to just clear my whole head. And it's not even then, it's not even just happening in the moment, it's happening, you walk away from it and you find, my God, I've not got a headache, like I've not got clouded thoughts, I haven't got all of that going on. But I would probably estimate, I don't know, it felt like maybe half hour, probably most of the time.
Yeah,
I reckon.
It is a bit longer than that most times. But there is such a thing as what's called time compression, because the mind has no sort of sense of time. So it just goes with the flow, and you don't what might seem like 5 minutes to some people when actually they've been under for about 25-30 minutes. Were you also, there's another thing, element to hypnosis for you when you were put into it. When Eleanor was put into hypnosis, we do a relaxation thing, and it only lasts a minute or two. There's none of this, I want you to walk through a field and imagine that you're touching corn and whatever else. And the reason we don't do that is because I don't know where the person's come from. Maybe they've never been to the countryside. Maybe they don't know what corn looks like. But what we did do is something physical with you, and that was to seal your eyes shut. Do you recall that? And how strange that was?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that a bit? Tell us about that.
Yeah. So obviously, it's quite early on in the sessions.
Yeah.
It seems to be I think most sessions, but as you're going sort of deeper and deeper into this hypnosis, and Mark sort of asked me, or at one point, once my eyes were closed, as I was going deeper and deeper into it, my eyes just started to feel quite heavy. And at one point he said, like, try and open your eyes. And a lot of the time, like, you'd just try and do it, and you wouldn't quite be able to open your eyes because they were that heavy. And so it just made me really realize how relaxed your body can get. Like, I mean, I don't think I'm quite like 0 to 100 all the time, so it's just nice to be able to actually do that.
Yeah. And the reason we do that is to almost cause an instant sort of, not panic for the brain, but if the brain goes suddenly, what's going on? And in that confusion, suddenly we just give the command to sleep, but you don't actually go to sleep. As many people who watched my videos before will know, hypnosis is not about going to sleep. It's all about focus, pure focus. And once you focus, the mind then starts to listen, and then you can literally command it to do what you want. And in this case, it's a case of, look, I just want to get rid of various aspects of my life that are causing conflict. And that's what it is, really, isn't it? It's quite something to behold.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any other thoughts? Anything else you want to pass on about your experience at all?
Not really. I'd just say if you know you were at all thinking about having some sort of treatment for it, do it, because I wish I'd done it earlier, because this literally changed my life within like 2 or 3 weeks. And when Mark said to me, you know, I reckon we could give it a month, I was, you know, there wasn't that skeptical. I wasn't skeptical, but I was thinking, I'm this bad at this point. Like it's affecting me so bad on a daily basis, like that I just couldn't see that happening. And obviously after week 2, I was proved wrong. So.
No, 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 no. Okay. Well, thanks very, very much for that. The thing to remember, people, is that hypnosis is safe. It is a natural phenomena. As Eleanor knows, you go into hypnosis every day. It is a natural phenomena, okay? So there's nothing to fear at all. If if something were to happen whilst you're in hypnosis in your house, if I was there with you, there was a boiler explosion or something, all you would do is simply open your eyes, say, excuse me, and go deal with the issue. Okay. Likewise, you can't be made to do anything that you don't want to do. All right. If I was to try and do that, you'd simply open your eyes, and the only person going night nights would be me. All right. So remember, it's safe, it's good for you, it's natural, and it can help with all manners of anxiety, as Eleanor has just attested. So, Eleanor, thanks very much for that. Thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us. Ladies and
Thank
gents,
you.
once again, this is Mark Card Hypnotherapy, and I wish you the best of mental, emotional, and physical health.